everyone. You're welcome again to another episode of Reading with Elsie. Today we continue with our reading of The Diary of a Doubled Life Teenager, and we're moving right into the middle so that we can better appreciate the subject we are discussing, which is Inferiority Complex. Here goes. 22nd June 2008. Time 8 p.m. Dear Diary, today is Friday and we're on a midterm break, so Inshiraba slept over yesterday. Uncle David's funeral is tomorrow and we were all preparing to go. He was a staff in Dad's juice producing company and he was very close to our family. Mom had promised to let me read Dad's tributes at the funeral on his behalf, but today Dad came all of a sudden and said that Inshiraba could do better than I would. Though I was not allowed to prove myself worthy, Inshiraba and I never had a quarrel over this issue. In the morning, when my parents went to work, Mr. Dawson took us to Mom's seamstress, Auntie Adubia, to collect our dresses for Uncle David's funeral. We all loved her work for us, including Auntie Nicole and Auntie Louisa. Mrs. Farnell is among the people who think that Inshiraba is better than me. She usually called Inshiraba to do stuff for her and help her out. She always said I was irresponsible with things. So today in the afternoon, when we came back from Auntie Adubia's place, Mrs. Farnell went to the market with Inshiraba, leaving me at home alone. Well, I stayed in my room and played dress up. I tried on a dress and a few others, and I tried on my dress for tomorrow too, to check out how I would look. And then I kept changing into my old clothes to see if I had gained or lost any weight. After a while, I got bored, so I went to paint. Dad does not know how good I am with the painting stuff, but Mom does. So she gave me a small room next to my bedroom as my studio. She also bought me all I used to paint, even though she knew I only drew and painted to have fun. She was the first person I painted when I started using the studio. At about 3:30 p.m., Mrs. Farnell and Inshiraba came back. I heard Inshiraba calling me, but I refused to respond because I wanted to finish the painting I had started. It was a painting of nature, and I wanted to give it to Unique on Tuesday when school resumes. I was done by 5:30 p.m. and so I went out to satisfy my hunger. Later, I joined Inshiraba to play a game on her desktop. Mom and Dad came back at about 7:30 p.m. So we all sat together in the hall and we watched Inshiraba rehearse her reading of the tribute. I was sleepy, so I slept right through the middle. Your friend, Ayeyi. Inshiraba was very sad after reading because she was the element used to make me feel inferior. Funnily enough, she was the one who helped me get over it. Well, she did not stop reading through my diary, though she just gave me a big hug and said she was very sorry for what happened. She continued to smile, as if it were her fault. We both quit being sentimental and continued on to the next page. 23rd June 2008. Time 9:00 p.m. Dear Diary, we woke up at 4:30 a.m. to prepare for Uncle David's funeral at Koforidua. By 5:30 a.m., We were done with everything and were about to set off. Mom drove because Dad said he was sleepy. After a 3-hour trip, we reached our family house to find everybody ready to leave for the church service. We said a quick hello to Uncle David's parents and his wife, Mom. Inshiraba and I went to the car to have breakfast while Dad said hello to the staff from his company before he joined us for breakfast. The service had begun when we arrived at the church, so we sat at the back. Dad's tribute was the last on the program, and Inshiraba wasn't in the least tense. But I, who wasn't reading, was. She sat there comfortably beside me, and Daddy listened to the readings for the other tributes, while Inshiraba sat with so much confidence. When the time came for her to read, she walked confidently to the pulpit, cleared her throat, and began to read. 45 years ago, Madam Chewa Ejenim and Mr. Ejenim produced a set of pages. They were blank pages, which brought so much joy to the Ejenim family. After 8 years, Inshiraba then began to cry as she kept reading. Then she sighed, waiting for a while, and then she continued on to the last paragraph. Uncle David, even as you've ended, may the smiles you put on the faces and the joy you tattooed in the hearts of everyone remain forever. Rest in perfect peace. The funeral service was closed by 11:30 a.m. and Dad drove us back home. All Dad talked about during the trip back was how well Inshiraba had read and how far she was going to go in life. I just looked through the window, and even though I heard them, I wasn't listening. I was very much determined to lose weight and become everything Inshiraba or Unique was. I've tried, but it seems just not to work. I wish as I sleep today, I would wake up tomorrow to see a perfect human being, just like Inshiraba, Unique, Salma, and the other girls. We finally got home, and I went straight into my room to take a shower before lunch. As I entered my bathroom, I could hear Inshiraba in the outhouse telling Mrs. Fanel about how well she did and all the praises she got. I went to the kitchen to get some food, and after eating a whole bowl of banku, I drank a cup of Milo with a slice of bread. I guess Inshiraba had gone to change because as I went out to my studio, I could no longer hear her talking from the outhouse. I finished Unique's painting today and started a new one. Before I started the new one, I went into the kitchen and got myself a large bowl of mixed flavor ice cream. I decided to finish the painting before I slept. It was done by 7 p.m. and was very beautiful. I packed up and went to wash off the paints from my body in the bathroom. I watched a little of the news and then I went to bed. Love, Ayeyi. Thank you very much for reading with me. This subject of inferiority complex is very dear to my heart, especially among young adults. And so I hope this stirs up a conversation in your home, a conversation amongst your friends. Have you ever been an element of superiority to another person? Have you ever been used to make another person feel inferior? Have you ever engaged with your friends? Have you ever been feeling inferior to another person? Let's hope the conversations stir up in your homes, among your siblings, among your friends. Make people feel better. Make people build up their confidence. Thank you very much for reading with me. If you're watching from our YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you're watching from our other social media pages, kindly follow my page for more. And we'll catch you again on another episode of Reading with Elsie. And my name is Elsie. Bye.